This is kind of, I would say, one-sided, and there are only two teams that potentially probably gonna fight for. Maybe Cloud9 gonna get in between them somehow and have an upset, or it's probably gonna be just either FaZe or Vitality taking the win. I hope it's gonna be FaZe, and I'm not gonna pick any FaZe players so I don't jinx them. But in general, it looks like FaZe is gonna have easy game against an IP. Then probably they're gonna play against Cloud9 in upper final. Most likely they're gonna beat them as well. And then lower final is gonna be NIP against Navi, and Navi most likely gonna be NIP because NIP with Alex Edition and all the stuff that's happening inside the team is just a shit show. Now, in terms of Group B, Heroic with a quite interesting lineup that is more likely to be like I know some Danish face it mix rather than actual team. Uh, Dupree with his 125 ranking pretty recently playing against Heroic, sorry, playing against Vitality is going to be very interesting. And to be fair, Flames has been kind of underperforming in past past time. However, Maisie is probably best addition to Vitality that they could have afforded. And with that said, I think it's going to be not an easy walk for Vitality, but Zyvo should be able to close the gap. Um, in terms of complexity in Astralis, this game is probably going to be very ridiculous, and we're probably going to see a proper shit show. And complexity rank 6, which is such a stretch. I don't think they should be in top 10, but somehow they are. If we look at the price of complexity players, Elish for 220 is ridiculous. Grim 207 is alright. Halzek and Floppy. Also over 200k is just for an A team to have four players over 200k is just ridiculous. And then Navi is only two players are over 200k. So for all my gamblers, it is a smart move to try to pick some Navi players because potentially they can upset Cloud9, especially mm, with Wonderful Edition. It can happen. But in terms of complexity Astralis, one more time, I think that Astralis probably going to be the worst team out there, and somehow complexity is just going to beat them. Uh, I'm not convinced that Blame and Device just going to carry the game again, and Star is not really a star. So the winners final is going to be Vitality Complexity. Vitality going to destroy them, probably 2-0. I'm not sure if they're going to be Heroic 2-0, but it looks very likely. So for me, it looks Vitality 2-0 Heroic and then 2-0 Complexity. In the lower final, Astralis versus Heroic, and I think this is where Cadian is going to take a W with his mix. Uh, it's very weird, but it's possible. And yeah, that's uh, that's the groups done, right? So Group B, first place Vitality. Group A, first place FaZe. Group A, second place is Cloud9. Group B, third place is Heroic. And yeah, Group A, third place is Navi. And Group B, second place is unfortunately Complexity. So Group A, second is Cloud9 versus Group B third, which is Heroic. Obviously, I'm putting my money on Cloud9. and later on Cloud9 will be playing versus Vitality, in which situation I have more faith in Vitality at this point, even though I'll be supporting Cloud9 again. Um, so Vitality going all the way to the final. Uh, Group A third is Navi versus Complexity. Probably Navi gonna take this one and gonna advance to semifinals where they're gonna face, and then FaZe gonna beat Navi, and here we are. We have another final, FaZe versus Vitality in a blast. Last game of twists for FaZe probably, and well, hopefully they're gonna take a W and lift the trophy. But it looks like it's gonna be Vitality that's gonna lift the trophy. However, once again, I expect FaZe to win. So now let's go to the teams, and Rob's Rob's for 229k is a bit too much, even though he is the carry of the team. Brokey for 219 is decent. So, mm, Brokey for 219 is a good pick, but I'm not gonna pick any of these players. Mm, Vitality, I expect Zaivu to do wonders. Flames 204k versus Mezzi for 205. I'm picking Messi most likely over here. And this is gonna be my main gamble. Now I need filler players. Filler players, obviously, if we look at the Cloud9 prices, Hobbit 188, yes please. Then 375 left, which doesn't really give me a big pool to pick from, but Xiphon is a decent pick. And then I'm left with 182k, which is not enough to field any good player. Uh, Unfortunately, I will have to get rid of Messi in that case and try to look for something more affordable. Mm. And unfortunately, it looks like it's Apex, even though I'm not a big fan of picking him, but in CS2, that's probably his game where he can shine. So, another filler player. Mm. Once again, as I said, that Navi final, and blast format is such a bullshit that sometimes picking a loser in this type of a game is more profitable rather than picking a winner, because winner gonna be playing here and then most likely gonna be eliminated in the quarterfinals or something like that. So yeah, Cloud9 is my second pick in Group A, and they'll be facing the third team, which is Heroic, and it's kind of clash. And then again, uh, it's a weird mixture, but trying to go for this type of a pick, let's say Hobbit and probably Electronic, because Alex should have good ratings no matter what, and Hobbit is 188k, which is pretty affordable. And then potentially one of these two teams gonna end up in the final where they're gonna be facing FaZe, which is not such a bad thing. And in terms of heroic pick, they're gonna lose to Vitality, then they're probably gonna be Astralis, and then they're gonna lose to Cloud9. And I just hope that Xiphon for 193k is not gonna ruin the team. Let's hope that he has something like 1.05 rating against Vitality, then something like 1.2 rating against Astralis, and then 1.05 uh, against Cloud9. So he's still in a green zone for the points. So that's kind of my expectations for this lineup. Um, Now with the roles. Zaivu, with the op being such a useless piece of garbage, it's probably worth picking him as a multi-frag or as an IGL. At this point, multi-frag is better. Ooh. Now Hobbit. Mm, Supportive role is always good. However, IGL role is not an option because I expect them to lose in the semifinal. Defender is just a big no-no. Eco-friendly, most likely yes. Hobbit plays a lot of SMGs, so uh, I'll go with the Hobbit eco-friendly. Now Xiphon. Hmm. He can be an entry fragger, or he can be a headshot machine. It's either one of those two. Um, Role for Apex, probably IGL, because I expect 2-0, 2-0 in the groups, and then hopefully, if not 2-0, then 2-1 at some points against C9, and we'll see what then happen in the final. Now Electronic. Mm, Defender or attacker is never a good option on Electronic, as you never know which Elec we're gonna see. Entry frag, yes, it's a good option, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Headshot machine is definitely no. Stat hunter, 100% no. Support, definitely no. So there are two options to choose from, and with the game being so T-sided right now, uh, I don't know. CT defender choice never looks good with the MR12. Yeah, MR12. But it's time to gamble, so why not? And the last roll for Xiphon probably gonna be headshot machine. Let's hope he has a decent headshot ratio, and that's it. That's all I care about. Now, in terms of boosters, against heroic, Zaivu most likely gonna be on top. Uh, Hobbit's gonna get baited 100%. Xiphon, uh, assists look really good on him. And Apex against Heroic, as always, bottom fragging. And Electronic versus Navi, probably gonna carry, because why not? Um, yeah, this is my lineup. That's my prediction. And as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you next time.